Get me out on then.
Hi everyone. Hi JR. How are you? Hi Lindsay and Alvin. Hi Tam and Belle. Great to see you. Hi Paul and Marie. Hello.
Then. Hello, 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 hello. We
Hello,
was
hello,
getting carried
hello.
away. We was having a nice little chin wag, and we genuinely lost track of time.
We did, yeah.
Yeah,
We did.
could have
Sorry. Sorry
spoke for
guys.
hours.
Hi Chris. How are you? First question. What has been the biggest I just missed that then. What's he saying? What has been the biggest single sale on eBay and outside of eBay you have had in the last 2 years?
Ooh,
Ooh, well, you go first, Max.
do you want me to go first? Phew. Um, uh,
Outside of eBay.
inside eBay or outside? It could be both, right? Inside or
Yeah,
outside?
or outside. It says
Yeah,
outside of eBay here.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
go
in the last
inside
2 years.
eBay. We'll do eBay because a lot of people use eBay and stuff, and it's nothing
Yeah.
spectacular. It's nothing to write home about. But if I
No.
look at Sarah's eBay account, it's probably the best one. It's
Hi,
not great.
Porky.
It's
Hi, Neil.
£150 I got for it.
Hi, Jenny.
But the
Yeah,
beautiful
go on,
thing
carry on
is,
saying hello to people. Yeah.
yeah, you carry on saying that. That's fine. We can talk. I don't think no one really suffers with too much with two people talking at the same time.
No.
But yeah, no, it was a vintage
Hi,
retro
Belle.
TV. You know them old box set TV sets. I think I've done a
Yeah.
video on it. I got two. One worked, one didn't. But
Yeah.
it's just the fact that I got it for nothing. Put it on. What the one that went that didn't work went for 50 quid, and the one that worked went for 150 quid. So all in all, 200 quid from nothing. But me and Kev
Hi, Sean.
probably bigger, and we've got the biggest one yet to come, I believe. But I
Yeah.
can't talk too much on that just yet because I don't even know what it's called. But it's basically up. Yeah, no, that's it. That's mine. Let's just stop there. What's yours? Mine was £200 total for two items.
Well, outside eBay for over 2 years ago, I sold a violin, obviously, that was worth over £1,000. That's probably my outside eBay one. Inside eBay, I would say it was like used to call them like they're called like monochichis. They're like little like monkeys. And I got one
Yeah.
from in the car boot, and it had like a baseball hat on it and a baseball sort of like look to it, and it was quite a big one. And
Look a little bit like me then.
yeah, a bit like you, yeah,
A little
yeah,
bit like me.
cute and fluffy, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got that, and a toy collector bought it in Japan and paid 350 quid for it. So,
Jeez.
and it cost me
Right.
99p at the boot sale.
That's the one. That's the one.
Uh,
Anyway, yeah, before we get to the questions, can I just ask you a question? How you been anyway, Amanda? Because I ain't really spoke to you properly other than in the chat, so I thought I'd start the conversation.
oh, I've
How
been
you,
fine. I've
you
been
did leave
fine.
me
I've just
hanging
been
for a little
busy.
bit. I was worried about you. I was a little bit worried.
No, I've been fine, honestly. Yeah, I've just been busy. I've been busy trying to sell, and I've been busy picking this thing up from Great Yarmouth because I've just picked up this huge vintage haul. It is huge.
And I'm interested already, and I have had that little seed planted already before this went live. So unfortunately, it's like like when you go to the boot sale, like I did this morning, first boot sale of the year. I'm in the queue because I'm not selling, so I'm in the queue, right? And now I'm watching other sellers go around early and buy from the other sellers, which is illegal at our boot sale. I do take part in that when I'm selling, but I'm watching it happen. It was so frustrating. I've basically had a sneak peek at what Amanda's big haul is, and I want dibs on the things.
Well, I've actually got three. I've got two that are obviously figures that are in a box, and there's another one that I've got to test out because he actually sings as well.
No
So
way.
yeah, so hopefully he'll still work, but I don't know. Maybe he will,
Do
maybe
you
he
have to
won't.
tickle his? Do you have to tickle his tummy to make him sing? Is it one of them
You have
ones?
to you have to press you have to press something on his stomach yet make him sing. Yeah. So hi, Rich. How are you? We were just talking about you. Your ears must have been burning. Right. Has everybody else in? Who else is in?
Genuinely, like, we was talking about James, and then James popped into the comments, first one to comment. I'm like, literally, like, speak
I
of the
know.
devil, and
I
he fell
know.
asleep. Don't worry, James. It was all good. We was just
He
saying,
just.
I was saying how you are like Mr. Motivator,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to organising stuff. And I was saying that if it wasn't for yourself, we definitely wouldn't have planned that trip because you were the one
Hi,
that was.
Kathy.
So yeah, it's all good, man. But you literally popped up as we were speaking about you. It was a bit eerie. I was like, "Are we live? Are you? Are you sure we're not live?"
Yeah. Right, Max, introduce yourself to people in case
Oh,
some
yeah,
people
don't
are
worry,
on here.
mate. You know, if you don't know, then you will never, 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 never know.
Never
I'm pretty
know.
sure. I'm looking at the chat. I don't think there's anybody in there that doesn't know me.
Thanks,
If you
Rich. I
don't,
am, yeah.
why don't you? If you want to find out a bit
Hi,
more, head over
Pete.
to Maximus and Co at the end of this one. But I'd just recommend not if you don't want to. But yeah, I'm not a full-time reseller for those that are wondering. And I haven't really sold on eBay for a fair few months. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm pretty sure that we got the email the other day asking us to verify ourselves again because it's been that long. You know, when you leave it that long, and that's just for whatever reasons, family and other stuff. But yeah, we'll get back on it. But I still thrift. It was the first boot sale today. I can't resist. I said to Sarah this year, I'm not buying anything until she starts selling again on eBay and wants to get involved because it's a,
Right.
it's a team effort. Should be anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the boot sale and I broke the bank and I spent nearly £10. Luckily, the kids still got their Happy Meals, so they're fine. They're all good. But one of the lots I got today from the boot sale is actually part of this challenge, as
Yes.
is something that I picked up from the Chazzers.
Yes.
About
With a lovely
ago.
story behind it that we're going to listen
Yeah.
to. Yeah. So
It was
yeah.
good. And the thing is, I spent about a tenner, and the things I've got, even I'm not really selling any of it. I think I've got one thing that potentially I will sell, but because I've not got it and I've got something that goes with it, I might even just put it up in the loft and keep it. Because I found out I've got rough comps on all the bits, but we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, introduction done. I've started moving into the actual challenge already. See what happens. I just start running. No introduction needed. It doesn't need to be more than that.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I know you're all adventurers. I just saw Richie's comment. He said that you and JR and obviously him are adventurers now, which you are, obviously, because you did that amazing
life, not all one big adventure.
Mountain challenge.
Bloody mountaineers. We're like mountain goats.
This challenge is just doesn't seem like, you know, anything compared to what you guys went through, all three of you. I mean, I was just like in awe of you all doing that challenge. It was amazing.
I still cry at night. I still cry at sometimes. It does bring tears to my eyes. Not always joyful either, like real sort of traumatic tears. I think it's something that will probably scar me for the rest of my life. Both climbs I've been on, I've seen, nearly witnessed death. And it's like, this is just risky. What am I doing? Like, I've got family, I've got friends that like me and love me.
I know. I was like that. I was so nervous. I was like that. I was actually nearly biting my nails. I don't bite my nails usually, but when I was watching you guys, I was like, oh my God, I can't watch.
You know, they said I had a rant. They said I had a little rant, and I did lose my ish a little bit at the top, only because the safety of everyone was in mind, and I needed to find a route down, and we all did, and we needed to just stop taking videos and get the hell off this flicking thing. The GoPro 360 camera, I recorded a lot of footage at the top and the climb up. I've got 5 videos downloaded and actually in sequence on the edit that are ready. The rest of the 15, 20 are on my brother's GoPro, who's now traveling Thailand. So I'm limited, but they're not great. They look amazing, but where it's got this thing on the microphone where it cancels out the sound, the background. There's no doubt he can probably change the setting. I didn't think about this, but whenever it's really windy, there's no sound. So it's like, oh, it's really windy and horrible. We'll just cut the sound completely. So I'm watching it back, and I'm actually I say it's probably a good thing. It is probably a good thing that the sound is not there, because there's one clip that I found where at the top, and I'm definitely having a rant, and you can see my face. I'm not happy, and I'm going, we just got to get off this. Honestly, and I'm not trying to see what I'm saying. I can't work it out. But yeah, it's great. The thing is, it does make you feel alive. But we were very lucky. We were very lucky.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Right. Let's go with the challenge. Challenge, shall we? So we've got the challenge tonight with the lovely Max, and we have 5 items. Obviously, the 5-item challenge. Max is doing it tonight. If anyone else wants to come on and do it, then let me know. Just Instagram me if you'd like to do it. We'd love to have you on.
I think what you should do, I think it'd be quite cool. You don't have to take this on board, but for this one, potentially, it'd be nice. At the end of this one, the person, whoever the guest is, they get to nominate someone else within the community to come on, you know. And if they don't come on, there's a forfeit for them to do on their channel. You know what I mean? I'm just going to put it out there. I'm nominating Rich for the next one.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because he should be here tonight. He should be here. Not only did I get stood up by Amanda, I got stood up by Rich as well.
Bless. Oh, right. Do you want to tell? Shall we tell them the 5 items that we're going to show, or shall we just do it one at a time?
I'm not sure. I don't know. It's up to you. Whatever you.
Hi, Mark. How are you? Mark is on Blue Harvest Toys. How are you?
Yeah. Scan Mark.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, shall we just do it one at a time? Because I think if we tell them all 5, it's people know then, and we'll just do it one at a time, so they don't know what we're showing. That's the best way, isn't it?
All right. Yeah. Go for it. Who goes first?
Okay. So who goes first? So which one did you want to do first? Do you want to do?
I think we should do it in the order of the list that you sent me.
You think?
Well,
okay.
I don't know. It just makes it easier for me to read from. So what you sent me was 5 items. Are they allowed to know the themes? Do they know the?
Well, they can know and they can choose if they want, or we can do it one by one. That's the way I just try and mix it up a bit so that it's not always the same.
You just pick yours, and then I'll match my item for that theme.
Okay. Let me have a look, because I need to now check.
I did lose sleep over this, Amanda. I said to Alvin and Lindsay the other day on theirs, like, I do still get anxious about doing these sort of things. People think I'm really confident. And look, you can put on a front, you can fake it till you make it. Don't get me wrong. But I was a bit worried about this challenge. Hope I pull through.
Right. Music related then is the first one.
Oh, do you want me to go first? Or
you go first. You go first.
You ready for this? Music related. You might have seen this in a previous video. Anyone know what it is? Do you know what that is?
Well, it's a guitar. It's obviously a certain guitar.
Yeah. Is it a guitar? Might be, might not. Yeah, it's a guitar. Of course it's a guitar. It's a SpongeBob SquarePants guitar.
Oh.
Now, I originally see one of these probably about 15 years ago in Camden when I was up there, as my nan and granddad would say, courting Sarah. And it's about 100 quid. Or no, it's just under 100 quid in this shop. It's a cool looking shop, in the shop window, and I liked it. But me being me, I ain't spending that just because I like something, because I'm quite tight and I have to work hard for my money. So I always like to look online, try to find a better deal. And I bloody did. I found one. It was on, where was it? What's the old thing called? Is it Gumtree? Is it Gumtree?
Gumtree. There is Gumtree, yeah.
Yeah, but I got it for it. It was brand new. It was in the packet, in the box, at the bag, everything. And I think it's about £30 or something. And I obviously didn't buy it to sell. And I have had it in the collection to sell for ages, because it's just one of those things that if Sarah had it her way, it'd have been dashed out, because I've had this a long time. So I know it doesn't fit. And I know there's probably people in chat going, "Oh, you didn't buy it this week," and blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. It's got a story and it makes music. And if you look online, they have different styles. This one's just got the faces, but they have ones with like the full body picture and all that sort of stuff. Different styles of guitars, electric, acoustic. But I found out tonight, because I just wanted to see what the value was now, because like I say, there was varied prices when you went back in the day. There is some available on eBay, cheap, £12. I think one was 15 quid or something. But then if you look on the websites that stocked these, they're discontinued. They don't make them anymore, which has made me want to keep it even more. So yeah, they've been discontinued. And there is one, I think, on eBay. I said there were some cheap ones. There's also one for like, I think it's £100 and something. So it's over a £1. So again, they're not sold, but this also fits in with something that I want to show you that is bought for this challenge. And that's my first item. Can't play it, can't read music, but I don't know.
Oh, Times with JR said, when you say courting Sarah, do you mean you're in court with Sarah?
That was it, yeah. I was trying to get a restraining order on her back then, but it didn't work, and it still don't work now.
Oh. Hi, AA, how are you? Thanks for coming on. Great to have you on. Right, well, I'll do the scene. I'll set the setting here. So do you remember when you were a child and kid and whatever, and sort of like you're at your primary school, and the teacher used to tell you to go to the cupboard and get all the musical instruments out? Well, I got a 1970s musical instrument here. It is a xylophone.
Nice.
So, and it's also got the hammers with it still, which you don't get a lot because they're always usually missing. So, and it does make a tune. I can't play anything. So
Boy, we got a band. We're halfway there, Amanda. Come on.
we're in
I
a
don't
band.
know.
We're in a band, so I don't know how to play these things, but yeah.
Oh, we're stopping. Oh.
Amanda, what network is that phone with? It is with 3.
I forgot that it's anything vintage. I think this has got about another 3 years before it's classed as vintage.
Oh no, when was SpongeBob about? I'm sure it is vintage because it's usually 20.
Yeah, it might be. It might be, you know, because it's actually older than I think. I don't bother what. Someone might know in the chat. What's that saying?
Yeah. It's quite good if you hold it. I've noticed if you hold them like that
Towards the end, yeah.
It makes a better sound.
You know why that is, isn't you? Because there's more vibrations.
So yeah. So that's that's quite a good thing actually, because obviously it's in very good condition. This is 1970, so I've got the box as well. So that's the box.
It's cool. It looks old.
Yeah. So I think James is trying to be funny because he said about the phone network. I just realised he talked about the xylophone, James.
To be fair, that went over my head.
He gets me every time, James. I tell you, he gets me every time. So yeah, so 1970s, as I say, they're usually in schools. So you know, I've actually got I picked 2 up actually. I picked another one up as well, it's a smaller one. Exactly the same, but it's a blue one.
You sure these weren't the ones that you put in your jacket pocket when you did get sent into the music cupboards when you was at school all them years ago, and you'd like, oh, found these up in the loft.
Yeah, that's right. It'll take it all home, you know, triangles,
you know, to the stationery cupboard to get
tambourines.
All of it. Cool. What happens now then with the challenge?
So we just go through each one, show them, and then they decide at the end who should win the challenge. Who's got the best ones?
Well, I'm going to win because I've paid half the people in this chat at least a £5, like in the
last
2 hours, to pick me. So if I don't win, I'm getting my bloody money back.
Times I'll put my jokes are wasted. Wasted is spelt wrong as well, James. Is that a typo, I presume? Or is that really funny as well? I don't know.
It might be another joke. Yeah, it
might. No, it might be another joke. I'm just picking these ones up. Oh, Porky's put Heidi hi, Amanda. Heidi ho, Porky. Right, okay. So the next one then. Let's go for the next one.
What's the next one?
The next one is, hang on a minute, I've got it written down here. Oh, well, I think we'll leave the one, that one till the end. We will go for horse themed.
Oh, this is one I've got to wangle into the competition because I couldn't find any horse things. Might work, might not. Any policeman in the audience? I know Chris was an ex-copper. I know that J/John from last night was a ex-copper.
Ex-copper as well, yeah.
Pete was an ex-copper, so this one's fitting because this is a policeman's wife's dildo. I mean, it's not. What? I'm sorry. Me. I don't even know where that came from.
Sorry about that. Oh,
you know, it makes sense, James. But no, this is a police baton. And the way that I can wrangle this into horse. I don't
think you should go any further.
Woo! I don't wrangle this into horses before anyone starts clicking that and putting that all over social media. Watch the whole video. The way that this can be tied into the horse theme for the challenge. If you look back at old horse policemen and police people on horses and stuff, you might see that they used to carry one of these. This one's been tampered with, and it's obviously had a strap strap on. It's a strap on. It's not
This
legit.
is not going well. Whatever you say, it just.
Amanda, what's wrong with you? What's going on? Are you all right? Have you been thinking about ABC again? I told you this TV show, didn't I?
Oh dear.
But no, this is obviously there's police people that ride horses, basically what I'm saying. This is vintage, right?
Right. Great.
Still, yes, it's a police baton, and I don't know how much they're worth. I've not even Google lensed it, but for all I know, it could be a bloody table leg. It literally could be, right? I'm not an expert in this. It looks cool. It's got a nice. You see that?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Amazing, isn't it?
Extra wood. Extra wood.
That's, I'm putting that down. Didn't plan that, I swear, but it just happened.
Richard has one of them, Max.
No, he's told me. That's exactly what came to mind when I picked it up. The Helvellyn trip. Oh my god, it's right. God. Anyway, so yeah, that's my horse vintage item.
Sorry, Tom and Bell resale say Lucille from Walking Dead. Lucille from Walking Dead. What does that mean?
What's that? I think Chris has hit the nail on the head though, or at the leg off the table. It does look like a table leg.
That's a leg off an old stool he's been had.
I didn't pay anything for it.
Well,
it was someone come at me with it one night, and I dismantled it from their being.
Well, the ones I've got horse related, I'm sure you're going to love, Max, because I know that you like wooden things anyway.
Yeah, careful.
So these are mine. They're wooden.
See, now all you got to do, right, is picture a police person on one of those carrying one of these.
Hi, Kristen. How are you, my love? Thank you for coming on.
Is Kristen in?
Yes, we've got Kristen in. Yeah, Kristen, bless her. So yeah, so
that's just loaded up for me. It stayed on. Oh no, there you go. It was at the top. That's why it don't automatically move down. So I'm just.
So these wooden horses, they are thoroughbred wooden horses. Is
it mahogany?
Now I don't know what wood it is. I have tried to look. It's a darker wood. You can see.
Yep.
I don't know if it's mahogany or not, because I'm not any good on my woods.
I'm not an expert. I don't know. I found out the other day, like the oak trees. Apparently, my colleague was saying are like just super common. Like I buy wooden objects and stuff. It doesn't make me an expert.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I wouldn't be able to tell you what wood's what. But yeah, I did find out that oak trees are really, really common. They're one of the most common trees, or they were. I don't know if they still are. And I said to him, why is it so expensive to buy oak doors and oak furniture and stuff? And he said, because they take like, they're not quick growers. They take like 300, 400, 500 years. They've been growing for that amount of years. So it's expensive. Can't just replace them. But I couldn't tell you, but I just like saying mahogany.
Mahogany. And I don't know how old they are. I have tried to find out how old they are.
They're cool though. There's two as well. I've got a pair.
There's two of them.
Are they in the same stance, like the same positions? Hold them side by side?
Well, one's like that.
Yeah.
Right. And then one is sort of like turned a bit. So
looking at the other one showing off.
The other one showing off, yeah. So kind of like that in a way, just looking at each other, I suppose.
Cool.
They're very nice. They're cool.
Cool.
They're not signed at all. So again, I have no idea. I did find someone Etsy like them. Someone was selling them on Etsy. They were selling for £50 each. I picked these two up on the boot sale for £8 for the two. So
hey, what did you call the horse that lived next door to the other horse?
I don't know.
Neighbour. I like it.
Oh
But
God.
you know what would look better on them horses? What would make them horses look out this world?
Is one horse not supposed to be behind the other? Rich.
No, Rich.
Rich, come
We're
on.
both well play on this
We've
channel.
got everything tonight, I tell you. I don't know where
No,
to
you're not
look.
going to let me back on. I think I started this, and I think I should stop it. I think we should nip it in the bud. There could be anyone watching.
Kristen has put, can you say mahogany again, Max?
Mahogany.
She's obviously tickled with that.
What is it? Kev, it's something my stepdad always says. He's like, what is it? Mahogany. I'm like, you're a tit. Just rubbed off.
Mahogany.
Mahogany. It's like he always says, and this one stuck with me as well. Instead of saying orangutan, it'll be like you orange you-tang. And I was like, what? And he's like, you orange you-tang. And I'm like, orangutan. And I worked it out after months of him calling me. I'm like, orangutan.
Oh God.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, what would look really good on them horses, Amanda, is what you were talking about earlier from your Yarmouth haul. You said you got 3 of them, so get 2 of them and place them on the horse. I'm pretty sure he's done a music video with a horse.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
he probably has. Yeah, he probably has. I'm just saying they are nice looking things. They probably will sell on eBay. I don't know for how much, but they are lovely, and I wouldn't keep them.
You would?
Because no, I wouldn't keep them.
No, you would.
I would keep them. Yeah. They don't go with my Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, unfortunately, in this room. So
Never mind. They look nice though. I'll have them off you. But I want 2 of those figures sitting on them as well, though. I want James's pickups as well. I'm well jealous of everyone's pickups. Like, what if anyone else in the chat had awesome pickups this weekend? Don't bother putting it in the chat because I don't want to see it, because everyone I've spoke to has picked up something wicked that I would love to store in the loft for another 20 years.
Oh, bless you.
Never mind.
James has put, a horse walks into a bar, the barman confuses idioms with jokes and offers him a glass of water but can't make him drink.
You can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. I said that to our apprentice. Not to him. I said it about him before we sacked him. I'm joking. It's a nice kid. He left on his own accord.
Oh dear. I'm not sure that's dogs. Where do horses go when they're sick? The hospital. Oh, wow, James.
James.
James again, yeah.
A pony went to the doctor complaining about having 2 sore throat. What? Having a sore throat, not 2 sore throats, having a sore throat. The doctor said, it's okay, you're just a little horse. He's just getting these from Google. Make it up, man. Just make them up. You could do better. Come on, James.
Kristen just put, anything vintage, you should do some stop motion reel with them. Yeah, I could do, but gosh, I've been so busy with this vintage stuff that I've got, these dolls. It's just taken all my time up at the moment.
You're not complaining about being busy, are you, Amanda?
No, I'm not complaining. It's just that I just didn't realise, like, oh, it's just been, it's been like, you know, because I was meant to go to Great Yarmouth to pick them up at first.
Oh,
and then the guy messaged me and said, oh, we're going away, like, tomorrow. So he said, it's not really good, but I'll send them to you, but I'll pay the postage. And I was like, well, that's quite a lot of dolls to be sending, because they're all boxed as well, most of them. And he said, oh, yeah, I'll send them by UPS. Well, UPS, I don't ever really use UPS. I use DPD, but not UPS. Anyway, so 1 box turned up. It was meant to be 4 boxes, and only 1 box turned up. So I was getting a bit thing, because I'd obviously paid the money out and all this sort of stuff. You know what I mean? I trusted it and all this sort of thing. You know, because obviously it was a Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So I ended up phoning UPS myself and saying to them, well, where are these boxes? And they said, oh, well, I'm sorry, we can't really get them to you, because I've been on a holiday down in East Sussex for a few days, so I've decided to get them delivered to the address at East Sussex, and I was leaving on the Friday. You know, they don't do on the Saturday, so I'd actually phoned them at 3 o'clock, and I was like, "There's 3 boxes haven't arrived," and I'd just done a live with 1 box, and I'd actually shown Michael Jackson on my live on Friday, so you can go back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, so I wasn't the first one to bloody see it then, or speak to it. You let me say that as if I was like the first one. Shame on you.
So yeah, so
like that again, right? You feel the wrath of this wood.
But yeah, so that's what happened anyway. So it's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you. But anyway,
Like,
I got them in the end.
Like, you've got
Yeah, I've got them in
everything
the
out.
end
You
now.
have got
Yeah,
them all.
got
Fair
them all in
play.
the end. Yeah, I
Good for
sort of,
them.
I didn't. Well, I didn't. I was very nice to the customer service guy. I just said to him, look, I'll come and get them myself because they're in New Haven anyway. I'll come down to the UPS myself and pick them up at the industrial estate if I have to. And the woman sort of like trying to get them all and get them all sort of like scanned through, and I could go and pick them up. And then by the time she'd done that, they'd arrived anyway. So they'd arrived at the house anyway. So it was all fine. But when you pay out a certain amount of money for stuff, do you know what I mean? You want it, and
you took a gamble. Definitely,
it's a gamble, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
But
yeah, paid off.
Yeah, definitely.
Paid off.
Sometimes you've got to take those gambles, Amanda. It's you win some, you lose some, but it paid off.
Yeah, exactly. So. What sort of horses come out after dark? Nightmares. Oh God, we've got them all now. Rural Squirrel, Thrifty Joe, start writing the script, lol. Horse walks into a bar, the barman asks why the long face. Yeah, we're getting them all now.
That's what I thought James was going for earlier, but then it wasn't.
Can we do Michael Jackson jokes? Oh God.
Tell you what though, right? On Michael Jackson, I don't know what everyone else's opinion of him is, right? And I get it. When I was a bit younger, when all that stuff came out, I was definitely on the wagon of like going, "Oh, you're a file and all that stuff." Don't want to say it because it will get you demonetized.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I'm not going to say I didn't jump on that wagon, but I was young. And I got to a point where I did doubt it because of some of the stuff, the conspiracies and stuff that I was watching, say 10, 15, 20 years ago that have now become true and which we're living in it. It's like, I look at other things that I see back then. And it's like, I watched documentary years ago saying that he was innocent and it was all set up. I watched one recently about 3 months ago, which brought all the stuff back from when it was all being aired on TV. And that, was it Martin Bashir or whatever, the reporter guy, showed you behind the scenes of his interview and how twisted they made it on mainstream media. And the guy that actually apparently got assaulted or abused by Michael Jackson has spoken on that documentary about how his mum, he begged his mum not to continue with the police. It wasn't true. The allegations they were saying was all exaggerated and made up. It's like when you hear that, and he was the main victim in that case, it's like,
that's right.
Hang on a minute, Jackson just left his label and spoke out about Sony and literally told a few home truths about the people that were telling him to do what and when, and then boom, dead. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on. But I'm a fan. I think he's amazing. I literally I'm dancing to Michael Jackson in the kitchen most days. I'm not even joking. I'm walking, Alexa, put some music on, and it'll just be a mashup of different genres. You can guarantee there'll be some Chili Peppers in there. There'll be some Michael Jackson in that mix, and there'll just be a complete combination of just mad vibes. But you've got to love Michael Jackson, man.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, when obviously he was around when I was a teenager, and Beat It, Thriller was absolutely fantastic. I mean, absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was great. And then obviously, Smooth Criminal, when he did Smooth Criminal, how he danced, it was like, wow.
Smooth Criminal. I remember sitting in my bedroom and I had a record player in the bedroom. It was my dad's old thing. It had a couple of cassettes on it. Probably had like a CD player. I don't know. CDs were about then, but the record player didn't work. And I found a stash of vinyls and stuff. And I started like mixing myself a few years later. But anyway, before that time, I used to put the vinyl on the top and just move it with my finger and just listen quietly, man. You could hear the music. Obviously, I won't pour or skin it or nothing like that. It didn't work and I didn't want one. But man, I think I've still got those vinyls somewhere.
Because was it off the wall, wasn't it? Off the Wall was one of them, wasn't it?
One of them, I think it was either Smooth Criminal or Off the Wall. But you open it, was white case, and you open it up, and then on the sleeves it had the dance moves. Step by step, and at the dance moves. I remember as a kid, learning it. I learned to do the moonwalk when I was about 7 years old, and I learned in my kitchen wearing socks. But I learned, this is how backward my brain is, right? I learned to do the moonwalk from doing it forwards. So you imagine so these are my feet, I'm going boom, boom, boom. I'm sliding forwards, right? But I've got the momentum and then I just reversed it and then smashed it. And I can do it with shoes and stuff now. I'm not doing it.
Nice.
can't
Yeah,
stand on my
no,
tiptoes though. I can't stand on my tiptoes. That's one thing I can't
no,
do.
no.
I knew I should have
Sandra,
stuck more at the ballet. You know what I mean? I gave up ballet too early.
Sandra, welcome, Sandra. Lisa Marie Presley said it wasn't true. Well, there you go then. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot he even went out with her. I forgot about that. That was another
Well,
thing.
weren't they married?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. I know there was
I
a
think they were
thing.
married. I think they were married for a few years anyway. I think they were.
But yeah, I know his son, was it Prince or whatever? He's running Neverland or whatever they call it, the ranch. And they actually do like events. So when it comes up to Halloween and stuff, they open up the ranch and he does it. It was part of that documentary I watched. It's worth watching. I think it was on YouTube, you know. It's just have a little YouTube of recent Michael Jackson documentaries. You look at that. Is it am I right in saying his name's Martin, that Bashar guy, whatever the report?
Martin Bashir, yeah.
Mate, he's a snake. He is a snake.
Yeah.
Absolute snake. Because what he says when his camera crew are not recording and Michael Jackson's team's recording, because all this has come out now, it's like, mate, how can you go and let that edit make surface? How can you allow that to be aired? When you know, and you're like, hypocrite, man, hypocrite.
Yeah, I know, exactly, yeah.
Makes me mad. That's what they say, though.
Right. Shall we go on to the
wooden
item? Let's go to the wooden item.
Wooden item. Not my beard comb, that's wooden, but it's not the stick. Oh, the wooden item, yes, this is the good one. Right. Well, it's half a job because it's not all there. Amanda's not seen it. I've told her about it. I just want to ask everyone before I say what it is. Now, I thought this was a police truncheon.
Yeah, he was a snake. You're right.
It could be a table leg, like Chris said, but I could be wrong on this. Now, this is just an opinion. You know, don't judge me. But the way that this come up.
Hi, Sandra. Welcome.
Sorry. To clear my throat.
You're a little horse there, Max.
I'm a little horse, yeah. So I popped into Sue Ryder last week, and it was just because I was going down the town to get me granddad a birthday card. And as I was walking past, I boycotted like one of the charity shops, just another story. But Sue Ryder, I looked in the window, I see these birthday cards on a rack, and I'm like, oh, they do birthday cards. I'll get one from there, you know, donate to charity. It's a good cause. Looking at all these birthday cards, took a while to find them. They're just random ones, but I found a cool one. 99p, man. You can't go wrong. But as I'm looking at these cards, there was one of the ladies that works there, it's a real small shop, was talking to another lady. I didn't really hear what they were talking about, but there was questions raised, put it this way, and I'm not going to give too much away because it will give you the answers. I want to see what you originally say without me going forward in this conversation. But
okay,
here we go. What do you think this is? It's wood. I know. I could have used this. I originally got this for my wooden item. Not my wooden item. Sorry. For what was it? Oh no, it wasn't. No, it was. No, it was.
It looks like a punishment stool.
Well, you said it again. I wondered why that smelt like that. Right. What we saying is that? What we saying?
Do you know what? I have no idea.
Really? My first thought, right? I'm going to wait a few minutes, actually.
A wool winder?
Wool winder, maybe.
Hoop game? Welly stand? Hoop game? A hoop game. Night's Life put.
Who said that? Night's Life?
Night's Life Rich, yeah.
Well, there we go. So, because someone said it, yeah, very much that. Wooden hoops, rope hoops. Apparently, so one of the ladies in this conversation was saying that it's a Victorian quoit set. So it's QOUITS.
ITS, yeah, I've heard of those. That. Yeah.
A Victorian one, but I've had a look and there's been some repairs. There's a couple of bolts in the bottoms. I don't know if that's Victorian or not, but you can see how it's pegged with wooden pegs in the original bits. So it could have just been sort of made good. But it could have also just been table legs again, and someone's made it because before I'd even looked at it, before I'd even Google lensed it or eBay lensed it or whatever you call it, I went over there. The lady had stopped talking to the cashier, and I didn't even know this was the item they were quibbling about, and sort of one of them was saying this, one was saying that. Anyway, I went over there and I'm like, that's weird. I was like, what's that? And she goes, oh, that. She goes, oh, it's a it's a Victorian thingy set. That lady's just told me or something. I thought it was something else. And I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought it was a Wellington boot holder. That's what that was my first thought. I'm like, that's a Wellington boot holder. And she's like,
Oh my
it
god.
could be. Anyway, she said, no, it's a Victorian quad set or whatever she said. So she said about Google Lensed it. She said, I Google Lensed it, but nothing came up. And I was like, oh, have you tried the eBay one? Are you on eBay? And she said, oh, no, yeah, I am on eBay. I was like, well, if you look in the search bit on eBay, you've got a little camera. I said, you can do it on eBay as well. And she was like, oh, do it. If you got it, she's like, do you mind doing it? She's like, let's see what it is. And I've done it. And I'm not joking. The first thing that came up was a Wellington boot holder. I'm like, but then you go down and there's loads that say that they're the game and they come with like hoops and that, but none of them that actually look like this. Now, there's another thing that came up within the top 5 of when we done this search, and it was a guitar tone holder. And on the picture, it had a guitar resting like that, and it stands up. So this is a blooming thing with multi-purpose, I tell you. How much it was?
How much was it?
Free.
Free?
It wasn't free. It was a bloody charity. This is free in a charity shop. Are you having a laugh? It was £3. Come on, Amanda. You know better. You know better. I know. But it has got a nice mahogany sort of feel and a mahogany sort of look. If you're looking all right. Yeah, I've got some residue on here. I think that might have been because the previous owner might have used it as a torture stall or whatever you call it. What did you call it, Amanda?
Punishment stall.
That's it, a punishment stall. Or a pleasure stall. Is it all? It might not be punishment. They might have asked for it.
Those Victorians, I tell you, those Victorians. I tell you.
I need a drink. This is getting too much. I'm getting I wasn't expecting this. My mum could be watching this because I put it on my community post. My nan's a subscriber. Sorry, Nan, if you're watching.
So my wooden item are these. So these are. Can we see what they are?
They're crayons.
They're pencils, but they're actually made of cedar wood.
No way.
Yeah, and they are 50s. So I'll take them off because they're actually still in there. And the thing is, as well, is you don't find them very often with the box. But not only that, with the actual all of them. It's like a papery sort of kind of thing.
Cool.
But these are all wooden. I mean, obviously these cedar wood, but you don't find a lot that have got, the whole set. Basically, there's, you don't really find them at all.
Is it Rich? I did see a little Rich in there. Rich can be the blue one.
Yeah, the blue one.
Blue one at the back. Yeah,
there's a red one there for JR. For Arsenal. What other colours have we got for these? Can
you just push Rich down a little bit smaller, the blue one? Just pop him down a little bit smaller. He's a little bit too tall. Start shaving it a little bit.
Oh, they always say small things come in nice packages.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
He definitely carries a package, that boy.
Oh dear. Right. Well, you three have been together, so I'm not saying a word. Right. Yeah. So they are all cedar wood. It says cedar here, British made in cedar. Yeah.
That almost looks like a cassette tape from the side, like an old VHS when you hold it.
It does, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? Maximus now. Oh. So yeah. And they've got it's by Eagle.
On the chat. Oh, my dad's did you get the payment invoice ready for this week? All right, Dad, chill out, mate. I'm my dad's bloody accountant as well. That's other things. Like, I've just taken on the dad's job. It's like, not an accountant, I'm no good with numbers, but I mean, like, I write the invoices, print the invoices, and then send them to him and blah, blah, blah. So it's basically like his.
Yeah.
I'm his secretary. I'm a freaking secretary for my dad.
Residue. Is that a
That's
new
the least
brand?
I
Do they
can
sell
do.
at Boots? Residue. See the residue. I don't
Residue.
know.
Yeah, it's a new game out, Amanda. It's amazing, that Residue one. I think that's what he's on about.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not into games, so I wouldn't know
Right
that,
around the
unfortunately.
edges. But it's a bit. It's not my cup of tea. But sometimes
Oh, okay. Okay.
depends.
Okay. Is that because a couple? Well, I think it was last week. I think I showed them on my live because I do my lives 2 to 3 anyway now.
Yeah.
So on my lives, I show things, and I actually picked up 2 Star Wars chessboards as well in Littlehampton on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my brother's actually got one of them. He put it down the lockup for us to sell. But I said to him, just keep hold of it. It's again Star Wars, just one set, but all the pieces are there. Couldn't get it back. Have you got the box with yours?
Yeah.
How'd you get it in there? Because all the chess pieces displayed on the front, like under the plastic sheet. Oh my days, that took us.
I did on my Instagram. I've got reels on my Instagram. I did an Instagram reel of them actually coming out of the actual like packaging and then back in again type of thing.
Yeah.
I videoed it. I obviously have to
Nice.
take a tape, so it just
Yeah, yeah.
and
So
I
at
did
least
Star
it's
Wars
still-
music to it. So so it kind of like
I'll have a look.
so.
I'll have a look. I'm pretty sure we've still not got all ours in the box because it got to the point where we had like 3 or 4 left. It's like, how were they in there, and how were they flush with not? How were they not poking through the box? It's like the box is shut now. We've got them slid in, but it's like that. You got like a rooftop.
So our last item is.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that on the phones. Are we getting love arts up on the screen? Oh, what?
Yeah.
Can you see them on your screen?
I can't see them on my screen though.
If he on the phone, like there's love arts going up on the screen.
Oh, is there?
Celebrations. Yeah, you tap the.
Hi, Harry. How are you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yes, Mark. Star Wars. Yes, I got 2 chess sets of Star Wars. I got one of the Phantom Menace one, I think it was, and the other one. Yeah, I've got 2 different ones anyway. If you want to see them, they're on my Instagram. I've done 2 reels on them, so. And also my YouTube as well, shorts. My YouTube shorts as well. I've got them in my YouTube shorts as well. So yeah.
So that was what round was that? The wooden round.
Yeah, we just got the 80s toy now.
Do you know, I had a little poem that I used to sing as a kid. My mum taught me this, would you believe it? And she'd be proud that I remembered it. But I don't know if it's sort of acceptable in 2023, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Go on.
Wouldn't it be funny if a woman had a wouldn't it be funny? You're laughing, so I'll take it. It would be funny.
It would be funny.
It would be funny, especially if you had 2 of them.
What's he said? What's he said? Sorry, what Mark? Would you say? What's Instagram? Oh, you don't know what Instagram is? You must have an Instagram account, don't you, Mark? Surely.
I think he's after that other website, Instagram. It's not a website you want to be
Oh, okay.
To.
Okay.
Yeah, don't go to Instagram. It's
Okay.
once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's
Right. Okay. So we've got our last one then, guys, tonight.
So you can go first on this one because I went first on the last one.
Actually, no, we've got 2. What I'm talking about, we've got our jug yet as well, haven't we?
Oh yeah,
jug
jug.
as well.
I was confused with this. A jug. Do you mean a freaking jug?
Yeah, a jug. Just something that's
Well, I've done better than just a jug.
Go on then.
I've got 5 jugs.
You're 5.
5 jugs. They come as a whole, and it's just I thought I can't show one without the others. That'd be sort of like discrimination. But yeah, if you want to go first, happy to let you go first, or I don't mind going first. Up to you.
I can go first if you want. Mine's just a little tiny jug.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing jugs, yeah?
Yeah, that's my jug.
I've just realised something as well, just as you've shown that.
What?
Mine's not even a jug. I mean, that's a typical jug. Now I've seen it, I now know what a jug, but I'm thinking like jug. See, I'll get to mine a bit. That's cool though. What's the little pattern? Is that fruit on the side?
It's like fruit on the side, isn't it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's by a company called Royal Adams, Ivory, England, and it's Titian Titianware.
Tittenware or kitchenware? Tittenware.
Titianware. It says Titan. I don't even know how it's pronounced.
Titan.
Is it Titianware? Hand painted
Uh,
anyway.
Titan. I don't know, it might have an eye. Yeah, I couldn't really see it, but I think it's Titan.
Yeah.
Titan.
So I found one on Etsy for 20 quid. So it's not really like bread and butter item, but you know, it's a nice little thing, and it did have a teapot with it, but I only needed a jug, so I didn't pick up the teapot.
Oh, so you left the teapot. How dare you? You're that. I don't know. You never watched Toy Story and that. Like, I literally watched it. I mean, mum's having dinner earlier. My nephew, he's only like, he's just started walking. He's only young, but he's in awe of Toy Story. Like, literally, he's at the stage where he's probably watched it 50,000 times, and he's still just
I
like,
was like, Jesus.
yeah, that poor teapot sitting all alone on the shelf now. How bad are you? Oh, I can't believe it. Right, that's great. So this is not a jug, although it could be a jug. But it is a stein, or what do you call it? Like a beer jug, beer stein.
Right, okay.
And I've got a collection of these, and they've got like a nice little wildlife scene. Sean's seen these, and I thought he was going to work his wonders. I mean, I wish he was as good as. Well, I'm not going to moan too much, but I wish he was as good at descriptions and tags as he is putting jokes into the comments, because I was really hopeful that when he gave me all of his knowledge, I said, Sarah, you watch this, these are going to fly. It was a year ago, I've still got them. They ain't moved. They've not had a single view, Sean. What are you doing? He sabotaged me on purpose. He's probably put loads of keywords that are just like, I don't know.
Oh, God.
He hasn't. No, it's one of them things. And I genuinely probably overpriced them, because that's what I do. I just put things up, see how they go. And if they don't, then I'll put them down for 99p and just let it go. But yeah, got one. I'll give you a little demonstration of all of them. So you got this one. And like I say, that's the crest on the back. And that's the same throughout. And then on the bottom, I don't know what it says. Can you see that?
CTM.
So it says ceramic tableware marketing, bone china, made in England, Newcastle staffs. You got one with that one. That's the one I just showed. Got that one there.
Oh, that's nice. I like birds.
And then there's that one there.
Oh, yeah, that's nice as well.
I don't think there's any the same. I think they're all different. I've got some quackers.
Oh, yeah, ducks.
And then, last but not least, actually, I think they're pigeon. They are least, aren't they? They're like vermin. No, it's not pigeon. What is it?
No, they look like capercaillies, I think, aren't they? Look like capercaillie. Yeah, capercaillies. Yeah, looks like.
So yeah, there's five of those, and gone from a skip. There we go. Didn't pay a penny.
You got from a skip?
Well, I personally didn't get them from a skip. My dad got them from a skip. So the job that he was on,
dumpster diving.
That's not the only thing that he got. I've got loads of bone china, like the Japanese. Again, Sean did help me out with the description. They are like paper thin plates and saucers with these Japanese sort of paintings around.
Right.
Beautiful wildlife sort of paintings. But yeah, all taken from a skip. The same skip that had those clowns. Do you remember you showing those clowns? It was ages ago on one of my lives, or potentially might have even been someone else's live. Yeah, these clowns, and I've sold those already. These, I don't know. I just don't know. They might sell one day, but I think we might have even taken them off. But yeah, if anyone wants these, if there's anyone in the chat that started off reselling or is reselling but struggling to get some stock or whatever and would like those mugs, or what else did I, or actually even these things that I'm going to show next, to be fair, because apparently there could be some good money in these. Not these mugs necessarily, but yeah, if anyone wants them, pay the postage, I'll send them to you, because I don't want them. I want them gone. And the other bone china stuff. Like, I reckon someone like Sean, for example, that sells that stuff on a regular, if they list something like that, they'll sell it. You know what I mean? It will go. And I think it does help the fact that recent sales, I believe, will go into how the algorithms will push your items to other people and what you sell, and what other people normally buy. You know, it's it's going to move into a way where it is very much like YouTube, where if you do have such a variety of content, for example, it's going to be harder to find that niche and harder for YouTube to push you in a certain direction. People that sell on Depop, I've heard them say, I can't remember who it was, they're definitely on Rich's channel, on his Saturday Night Live once. But he was smashing Depop. I'm sure it was Depop.
Yeah.
And he had 3 different accounts. One was just for cameras, say, the other one was just for trainers, and the other one was for hats. And he was keeping it all separate because it makes a difference. The minute you start going jumble tat and car boot stuff like most people do, you find yourself having spurts. I'm not even talking like I'm an expert, because I ain't an expert. But when you see people that are smashing it and that's what they're doing, the proof's in the pudding, I suppose. So
yeah.
But I still will do what I do, and that's put out anything and everything. I couldn't give a crap about the algorithm. It's not why I do it for eBay or thing. eBay maybe if I got back into it, but for YouTube, I couldn't care. I'm not going to stick to one thing. That's not me.
No.
If I was doing it as a business and I wanted to pay my rent and everything else with it, then I'd start thinking about it as a business. So let's move on.
No, but I think you're right though, because the thing, obviously, I do anything vintage. I mean, that's what I'm trying to stick to. Anything vintage, like like doing vintage.
And that is a broader subject, but it's still vintage. So it's got its niche anyway. It's a category, isn't it? It's an actual category.
Yeah, because I was kind of all over the place last year, and it's true. You kind of like you kind of work out what you think you should niche it down to or do to like kind of
it
get
makes sense. It does make sense, and it's like it's especially because we're in that realm already. And I remember watching a podcast about flipping. When was Elon Musk first on Rogan's podcast? Probably about 2-3 years ago, and he was talking about AI back then. And I knew a bit about AI and what Elon was planning with the Neuralink, and it's advanced massively. But I didn't think that the AI would be released out of the bottle this quick. And this, like, when you see like ChatGPT and the other like Murph.ai, there's apps out there now that you can not only get them to write you a script, you can actually get them to write out the script and visualize the script and tell you what images to use. And there's also a website that you can actually get free stock images from and create your scenes for your video, and it will do it for you. And then there's another website or app you can use where you can filter that through if you want, and it will take out all the boring bits without you doing anything. So it's like, before you know it, editors ain't going to be needed, right? And then you think of all the other jobs that are losing, like AI and artificial intelligence and algorithms is our future. Like literally, we can't get away from it now. Everything's based on freaking algorithms, man. So I get it, but I don't want to play ball, so I'll just do what I do. That's why my Alexa, my Amazon playlist is such a mashup, because it's just like they don't know what to do with me. They're like, what does this guy actually like? He listens to every genre of music. He's a freaking lunatic. Like, I don't understand this guy. But yeah, man. So what are we? That was.
So the last one is the 80s toy, and obviously,
Is it me on this one?
You go first.
Okay, so this was bought from the boot sale. These were bought from the boot sale.
Okay, today. George. See you later.
Oh, George is going.
George is going. George is off. He's going to miss the toy. You're missing the toy. You're missing the toy, George.
Don't you ever talk to me again, George. I'm joking. So these were bought today, and I went to the boot sale, first one of the year, like I say, and we got there at 7, had to queue up for half hour, which all the other people buy stuff before I could. And then I got in there, done a round by 8:30, 7:45. My dad turned, and I loaded the stuff up in the car, and then my dad turns up at 8, and then I'll do another lap with him, like old days. And it was on the second lap that I see these, and there was a little old lady, bless her, on her stall, and she had all these like weird sort of items, quite peculiar items. And these just stood out. They stood out, and I picked them up. And the first thing my dad said was, "You don't want them. Why are you picking them up?" And I'm like, turned it over, looked at the belly. I'm like, oh, 1978. So again, it's not 80s, but I'm going to round this up to the 80s, because 1978 is closer to the 80s than it is to the 70s. Right? I'm no good at numbers, but that makes sense to me. So we'll say 1980s. But yeah, I said to him, I was like, well, they've got 1978 on the bottom. I think I'm going to give them a go. I was like, what do you want for these? How much do you want for these? And she was like, oh, £2. So I'm like, nice. Right, the first two. You ready?
Yep, go on.
Got these. I mean, we got this one. Sorry, no, no, that's silly. We got this one. So they are canines. I've got some little dogs, right?
So what are they? Are they Playmobil or?
They look like Playmobil. I'm going to see if anyone can guess before I tell you what they are. And what I will be honest, although they look very much, what I should do. Hold on, bear with me. I'll just move them all down here. What I should do is put them there. Let me move this down a bit. Gosh. Right.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I've got a nice little collection of them. 9 of them in total. Made in Hong Kong. Oh shoot, that one's got 3 legs. We call that one Rich. Tripod.
Ooh.
Yeah, so look, they're like Japanesey looking, but yeah, they're made in Hong Kong.
Wow,
Well, the
amazing.
legs in that move, and they got on the
Yeah.
bottom. It says on the bottom, has anyone put in the chat now? So it's 1978, Carolina Enterprise Inc. So Carolina, it says Carolina.
Enterprise Inc.
Carolina Enterprises Inc.
And if
And
you
it's got
get,
Empire. It's got Empire with a crown. Now, I'm going to be honest, because I thought they was all exactly the same. There's only 3 that have that stamp. The rest, I can't find a stamp. So I don't believe they're the same thing. So
okay,
it's this one that's got it.
yeah,
It's not that one. I don't know which ones it is. It's that one. I
yeah.
believe it's that one. So they've all got that. I don't know if, let me get it the right way up. I'll get a white one that you can see. I'll try this one first. Oh, you're not going to see it. It's too blurry.
No, too blue.
Yeah,
But
this one, these 3 have got it. And when I googled the Carolina Enterprise, I googled it on eBay. I had a little look on eBay, and the only thing that comes up is one, and it's part of a set, and it's none of these, which I'm gutted. But it's 75 quid, £75. It's not sold. All right, I get it. It's not sold. It's not sold, but it's up
it's
there.
obviously something.
Yeah, someone's got it up for 75 quid. They got about £18 postage. It's in America. Let me just read it. So what it come up, all I put in Carolina Enterprise. Didn't even spell dog right. I put Dodd, D-O-D, right? You can see that up there. And the one at the top, it's part of a set.
Yeah.
It's 75 quid. And if you scroll right, this isn't the actual link. This is a screenshot I sent to Kev. £75.14 or best offer plus £18.74 postage from the United States. Look, and it's not sold, I get it, and I can't find any more. But for £2, and they are old, 1978s, and I reckon the others are just as old. They look basically exactly the same. They might just be copies, or they might even be worth more. I don't know. But yeah, that one on there, sorry, that's what I was going to say. It says Rare Legends of the West Frontier, Town Dog, Aldins, Empire, Carolina Enterprises. So it's the same make, and that's 75 quid. Again, anyone in the chat that wants these that started out reselling or sees this video and they want them, pay for postage, you can have them. I paid £2 for them. I couldn't care. And if you want to find them and find out what they're worth, happy days. Sarah's not going to let me keep these in the house for too long, and they will just end up in the loft, like genuinely. So if anyone's interested in either these or their mugs, let me know.
Lindsay and Alvin have just said they are branded on there as Mighty Men.
On where? On where? Mighty Men.
There's a set of 6 for $60.
What are these?
Lindsay and Alvin. They're branded on there as Mighty Men. I don't know.
Mighty Men were
I've actually never seen them, so I can't really. They look amazing. They look better, much better than Playmobil.
Tails move, and some of the tails are missing. They've been snapped, but the heads move.
Oh, on Etsy. They're on Etsy at $60.
You can move the heads up and down, and then the legs move as well. It's the same on all of these. Oh, where's this one? This one looks a bit weird, but you can put the head up.
I put the link above, Max. Did you? Where is it?
Who? Oh, the link for the
Yeah.
They all look cool looking little dogs, like wolf type.
Yeah. They do look like Playmobil, I must admit, but they're not. Obviously, they're not. But they do look a little bit, but they look slightly better than Playmobil, I think.
It's not very good.
But they do look like Playmobil, Mark. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they did. They do, but they don't look like the original ones. Because the Playmobil, I don't know. I don't think the Playmobil have as much detail on the faces and stuff.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they do have a bit more detail on the face.
They do, definitely. Yeah,
shape.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm like I say, no expert. £2. I'm happy for someone to take them and make some money off them if they can. Could be lucky.
Right.
There might be some rare ones. But yeah, that's mine. Not the 80s, but close enough. And there's 9 of them. So whatever you've got, I'm going to set my pack of wolves on. Right. So I'm just saying.
So my one, right, is it is an actual 1980s like toy, because obviously it is in the style of the 1980s toy. This is just like a reinvention of it, if you want for a better word, but you'll see when you see it that it was his 1988, and I've told you it's a he, 1988 actual costume. So
oh mate, no way. He came up yesterday on Thingy's chat. What chat was I in talking about wrestling and that? Was it Alvin and Lindsay and Alvin's? Did wrestling come up? It did at the end. It did. Wrestling came up. I said Ultimate Warrior, to be fair, but Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan were like that when they was sound. But I think he come up that he was a thingy the other day. I'm sure that was mentioned, but still,
yeah.
What I'll say to that, Amanda, I don't know much about like how much that'd be worth or whatever, but I got, and this is definitely one of my old videos, I picked up a Hulk Hogan teddy, like a plush. It was about that sort of size. It was about that size because I used to have it next to the laptop. I took the pictures for eBay next to my laptop and then had it behind the laptop coming out over the top, just made a few little things. Some geezer paid like 25 quid for it. I paid 50p for it. He paid 25 and I listed it at 25 because of comps. And there's only one other sold. And this geezer said, anything Hulk Hogan, send me a message. I want it. And he sent me a picture of his freaking wall and it's just lit everything.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
There's people out there that pay good money for it. Is it old one or is it new? It looks new.
Well, no, it's a new one. That's what I'm saying. So it's obviously in his actual costume of 1988.
Yeah.
Because he used to wear a helmet in 1988. And the helmet is obviously there. See the helmet?
Bandana.
Yeah, that red thing, whatever it is.
The red helmet, what the big shiny red helmet you're on about?
Yeah. Does anyone know what his name was though? Does anyone know his name?
His name was Shiny Helmet.
His actual name before he was called Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Oh no, his actual name. I thought you was about the wrestler before Hulk Hogan. Yeah, he used to be called the Shiny Helmet, and then he went to Hulk Hogan in WWF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name was Terry Gene Valera.
He had I did watch the movie when I was a kid, though, to be fair. I don't actually know what his name is. But Amanda, I've drank way too much water. Can you just carry on talking for a minute? I'm going to see if this mutes. So I'm going to quickly go to the little.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll tell them about this. I've written a few things down anyway. So he was the most popular wrestler of the 1980s. He was born on the 11th of August, 1953, which makes him now 69 years old. Hogan began his professional wrestling career in 1977, but gained worldwide recognition after signing for World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE. In 1983, Hogan played as a character in Rocky III. Does everybody remember Rocky III? He was in Rocky III, wasn't he? Hulk Hogan. So, yeah. So I realise that this is not for everybody, and everyone doesn't like wrestling, but he was a good sort of like well-known person in the 80s. As I say, he was in Rocky III.
I definitely didn't mute my mic then, did I?
You did not.
putting me as bad. They said press the button and it mutes, man.
We heard it all.
It's lucky that I was aiming towards the flies because I thought, just in case, I'm going to try and be as quiet as I can. So, like, you flush that train? No, not yet. I'm going to let if you sprinkle into me, let it sit for a bit. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, no, he was greatest. I could hear it all the way from the toilet over to the other, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It's back in my
cool.
days when I used to watch it. I did carry on watching it when it then not stopped, because that was my older brother's generation, really. But because he used to have sleepovers for his birthday, have all his mates and that round, they used to turn the room into like a WWF, like WrestleMania sort of room. People used to go home. He was about 12, 13. I was probably, 10, maybe 9. But yeah, people used to get broken noses and broken wrists and stuff. My brothers at parties were just mental. But I used to watch it if WrestleMania was on, like one of them would bring it round, or if they had the DVD or whatever, then it was like 5 minutes of watching it. Mattresses, pillows, anything soft on the floor, boom, Royal Rumble. It was crazy. But then my generation, I think, was like Triple H, Hardy Boys or Hardy Brothers, what they was called. Tom Hardy and Jeff Hardy, I think their name.
Jeff Hardy, yeah.
Rikishi, you know, Grandmaster freaking Sexy, I think his name was, or Scotty Too Hotty or something. There was, who else? There was loads. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve
The Rock,
Austin.
Steve Austin,
That was sort of my year. Yeah,
The Undertaker.
That's it. Yeah. Well, he's been in it for time. He was in it for ages, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He might even still be in it. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I picked up a load of wrestlers, not last year, the year before, from a place in Brighton. A woman had them, her son had them for absolutely like ages, and they were just in the garage, and they're like in a massive, like huge sort of like tub thing. There was loads of them. I sold them to like people over in America, and I sold them sort of on Facebook, like Facebook actual group for the WWF that, you know, wanted
really?
those figures.
That's where I missed out. See, I sold all Masons, which were not just Masons, but they were mine as well when I was a kid. And so he had all his new age ones, and then it had a mix of mine, which were like not as old as the Hulk Hogan and the others, but they were still sort of 90s.
Yeah.
I had about 30 of them and a ring, and they was on Facebook Marketplace. This was way before I was entertaining eBay for second-hand items and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I sold them for 35 quid in the end, which, you know, it's 35 quid. And at the time, that done me good because we needed the money. Do you know what I mean? And it come in handy. But looking back, not just how much they are actually worth, but the effort, Amanda, that I put into the photos. Talk about, like, you know, a little role play with figurines and stuff. I had the wrestlers doing bits like choke slam or suplex, and I took time with the photos, man. I thought the photos were worth more than 35 quid for the effort. Has no one bought these? But yeah, I ended up selling them cheap, gutted, knowing what I know now. But it's the same. I can look back and moan. Same with me and Kev. All the stuff that me and Kev got from that haul, it makes me sick when I see how cheap we were getting rid of it for, because I know that I could have made us so much more money. He doesn't need it, but I need that money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, you can't live in the past. You got to think about the future. Now I know this stuff. If I come across a haul like that again, you know, I'm taking my time and I'm selling it. And if I'm going to do it cheap, I'll sell it to you lot cheap rather than people I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the best thing for obviously for wrestlers and things like that is the you can, as I say, the Facebook groups they have them for, like, because I didn't know any of the wrestlers then. I do now, but I learned from these guys in America who gave their time up, and I was really like grateful to tell me exactly who they all were. I sent pictures to this guy in America, and he told me exactly each single one was and how much they were worth.
With Pokemon cards, I still haven't sold. They're under here somewhere. I've got a wad like that from my childhood as well, and I listed them years ago just as a little thingy, just to get rid, because they was just getting ruined. And Mason grew out of it. He didn't really care about them, and he never really got to play with them on his own anyway. But the old and everything else. Anyway, I listed them, and then I got told by someone to actually go on one of these groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that. And this guy, similar to what you're saying, gave up his time. There was a few people that I reached out to, and there was a couple that wanted to help, but also wanted to offer me silly money. But this one guy, say out of 5, he was genuine. he obviously predicted what was going to happen. He goes, no doubt you got loads of people sending in your messages, right?
Yeah.
He goes, I ain't
Yeah.
going to give you no prices or offers. He goes, you can send me some pictures. I'll be willing to make you an offer through pictures.
Yeah.
He goes, but yeah, he goes, let me just have a look. So I started sending him all these pictures, and I must have sent him about 150 photos in the end. And out of all those 150, there's at least 25 cards in there that he was like, mate, I will give you this much now. Say one of them, I think it was like a, what was it? Don't really matter, but not a Bulbasaur, Venusaur, shiny, hollow. He was like, I'll give you 50 quid for that card now. And I'm like, this one's actually listed on eBay, and he's like, well, yeah, we can have the link, rah, rah, rah. Anyway, it's like, I would not have known. And there was things I was going to sell, and there was people
Yeah.
trying to offer me like £5 a card, telling me that
Yeah.
it's not worth no more. There was like
Exactly.
4 other people telling me it's worth nothing. This one guy did. I did say, when I do
Yeah.
come to shift them, I'll probably phone him up and just give him first sort of refusal. But yeah, man, I find it hard to part with these things because I earned them as well through hard-earned Kirby playing. You know what I mean? I had to
Yeah,
graft.
exactly. Yeah. I'm just reading some of these comments. They're quite funny. It's like Paul Maria saying that they love Big Daddy and giant haystacks every Saturday afternoon. I remember them.
Love Big Daddy and the Giant Haystacks.
Yeah, they were obviously the wrestlers, sort of like, you
I
know,
can't
over
think
in
of the
the
one
UK.
that Mario, not Big Daddy. What was his name? He's old school. Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant. I think they used to put that as well. I think
They
was
put
that
that.
Blue Harvest Toys put that. One of them put Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah,
I think
Mark.
if you found a figure of that, I reckon that'd be worth a few quid because I think that'd
Andre
be
the Giant. Yeah,
yeah.
probably the first wrestling actor was Andre the Giant. So yeah, if
Oh
you ever find
really?
him, yeah.
Mental.
Dickie Davis, R.I.P. Yeah, I know all these, and that's the thing as well. Like over the last few weeks, there's been some people like John Motson as well. You know, he's gone as well. He was the voice of football. You know, yeah, just makes you think, doesn't it? It's you know,
Scary.
yeah, scary when everyone starts dying off that you used to know when you when you were younger.
It's not just that, it's scary the spike in deaths as well. That's the thing, but that's another subject.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I would love
yeah,
to
yeah,
do live about that, but I can't.
yeah.
But it's just scary. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. That's why people need to start just enjoying it, getting fit, getting healthy, just doing what they do and enjoy doing, because there's too much shit in the world. You know what I mean? There's too
There
much
is.
stuff. Don't watch the news. Please
No,
don't watch mainstream media, and
no.
like just do what you enjoy. Treat others how you want to be treated. You know, don't bring harm to anyone else, and just enjoy what you can when you can. Like, because
Exactly.
it's too much negativity, man.
Exactly.
Hard, easy to
Exactly.
get swamped
Exactly.
into. Yeah,
Yeah. No, definitely.
I've
Right.
got a.
Okay.
Are you
Well,
calling it? Is it done?
I'm not calling it. I'm just because we'll just have to go through it again. You know, if anyone's come on the chat and hasn't seen at the beginning, we always
Just wanted to. Can I be really cheeky and just
go
like I've
on.
got 3 things looking at. I just want to show you the rest of the stuff I got from the boot sale. There's only 3
Go on.
things, but how mad is it that from a charity shop last year I bought a V-Dub T-shirt with labels on it for 4, maybe 5 quid. I think it's 5 quid. It's charity shop. It's 5 quid. It had the V-Dub thing on like this. Never been worn, and it's just got the logo V-Dub in the center, navy
Yeah.
top. I put it in the wardrobe. It's still in the wardrobe. Never been worn.
Right.
I've got to buy it. Boot sale today. Another V-Dub top,
Oh wow.
brand new. And I was chatting to the
Fantastic
guy.
Christmas.
Fantastic. Got the labels. 3 quid. I was like, why are you selling it? Why are you not wearing it? And he's like, I've got 2 of them for Christmas. I don't need to. I was like, nice. I'll take that. But yeah, I mean, man, I've got his Instagram as well. He might actually be watching. If he is, if you are, put a little like in the comment. Martin, I think your name was Martin's Van Life. He's got 1 video, bless him,
Oh,
from
that's
4
it.
years ago. But he's got a proper V-Dub camper, a bay window one. But he's a young lad.
Nice.
Looks a lot younger than me. But yeah, 3 quid. But I got this. Does anyone know what that is? That
It
was
looks
£2.
like it's a shark coming out of something.
It's a great white shark coming out of something. That, my
Yeah.
friends, is a bottle opener. Would you believe it?
Is it?
It's got metal teeth under the back.
Oh wow. Oh
See
yeah, I
there?
can see. Yeah, I can see.
It's a
Yeah.
magnet.
Wow.
It's for the fridge, and the magnet's strong, so you can actually open a bottle. I've not got none to test it, but I tested my finger and put some pressure in there. Yeah, that was 2 quid. They wanted 3. I just offered them 2, but I think the comps on that. I'd done the eBay search just before we came on here. And there's some people selling these for like 15, 20 quid, but there's this one that's like way up there for like 50 quid or something, but it's got the box. So I don't know what that's all about. Got the t-shirt. I had to get this wooden duck just to go with the other.
Mark says it's Jabberjaws.
It's what?
Jabberjaws.
No, I think I know what that he thinks it is. It's like them hammerhead toys, but it's not. This is literally called. It's called the Great White Bottle Opener, magnet bottle opener. But yeah,
Did you get it from Australia?
No, this was from the boot sale this morning, and this is going in my van. That's bought to go in my van, and that's going to.
No, I meant, did somebody maybe get it from Australia and then you sold it on the boot
maybe, yeah, maybe, maybe, yeah, yeah. Sorry. And then this one, right? So I got this with something else. They had 2 of these, £5 each. I've got Big Hero 6 figurine up in the loft that was Mason's, nowhere near as big as this. This looks like I don't know what this is. This is from the series. This is called a oh, would you believe it? I didn't even know that. It's called a Mini Max.
Oh, Mini Max. It's
called a Mini Max. But I scanned that through just before. So I still got the tag. He said he wanted a £5 for it. But he also had these nunchucks. And these nunchucks took me back to my childhood because I've got an actual wooden set of these with the same dragon on in my toy box, which is under the stairs.
Right.
But these are the training ones. They're like rubber.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And he wanted £2 for these. So I said, would you take a £5 for the both? And he said, yes. Now, I'm keeping these and I'm probably just going to put that up in the loft. But if you have a look at what these sell online, again, varies. I've not looked at what's sold because when you scan it with a camera on eBay, I can't get up what's sold. The only way I can get up what's sold is if I manually type it in. So I've done the camera thing, but yeah, the ones that are listed, again, I believe they vary from like your £20 up to 40s, 50s, because this is quite old, I think, but brand new. The actual thing's never been used. The battery tag's not pulled out. But these, £2. And if they hit you in the head, it don't actually hurt. It sounds quite, bad. But then it's a lot less harder than the wood. You know, the wood that, yeah, they're like almost like the Nerf swords that I used to get. Me and Mason used to play with when we were younger. But yeah, that's it. And then I got that duck. But that was 1, 2, 3. That's 5. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I spent a tenner. That was a tenner.
That's really good.
If I was selling it, I would make a lot of money back, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm keeping half that stuff. But these dogs, like I say, if there is anyone genuinely that would like them, and if they ain't got, there might be someone that watches your videos that's just starting out or just ain't managed to get out or whatever and fancies trying to make some money. It'd be interesting. If they do want them, send Amanda a message, pay for the postage. It'll only be what, £3 postage. You can have them. Done. And the same with the mugs. I'll have to wrap them and proper secure them. But if anyone wants to try and sell them and keep all the profit, keep the mugs, just pay for postage, I'm happy. But I can't lose any money on free postage. So
no, of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
But the Victorian pleasure seat, we won't call it the torture seat. We'll call it the pleasure seat. I'm keeping that because I'm going to make or look out for the rings. I'm going to try and get some rings to go with it.
Oh, Sean's just come on and said, my God, how have I missed 2 of the sexiest people not called Sean on the planet in one place until right now? I feel ashamed.
Sean, was he not here at the beginning? Was he not here? After all the lovely things I said about him.
I know. Yeah, we've been talking about you, Sean. Bless you.
Also, I still don't like throwing things away. So this hoodie, Mason and Mia said to me today, it's like, oh, Dad, I like your hoodie. Where'd you get that from? And I'm like, oh, you like it? It's like, not think it's too small. If I stand up, it looks really small. But when I'm sitting down, it's not too bad. The sleeves fit. But I bought this when I was 19 years old. This is vintage. This was from Colchester. And it's iceberg history. This was when I was a raver. This was when I was a bit of a rude boy. And I used to put this on in the rave with my Sylvester. And I used to be a bit of a bad man. And I paid £150 for this jumper when I was 19. I know.
Wow.
It's iceberg history. It's got the history on there. And it's got Sylvester on the back. And I had I didn't get the tracksuit bottoms. It was a full tracksuit. I weren't that chavvy, but I had black jeans with it. I wore my Moschino jeans with all like graffiti on them and stuff. And then I had this, and then I've got a flat cap up in the loft with Sylvester's head on the back and it's iceberg history as well. I think I paid. This was when I was making like silly money plastering, young age, earning 130 quid a day, just splashing it, not saving, not being sensible, doing loads of illegal activity and wasting money, losing brain cells. But here we are, we live and learn. But yeah, man, I like things. I don't chuck them away, but I know that Mason and Mia, they want me to get the zip repaired because that's broke. So I'm going to get this booked in. But that's like what? It's a long time. It's old. It's old. I got it when I was 9. It's old. It's old now.
It is old, definitely.
Yeah, thanks for letting me share that stuff, Amanda. It's just burning me.
That's all right.
They were all looking at me, and I thought, you know, I might as well. People like the reselling stuff, and got this as well today. That's the last thing.
What is that?
Anyone tell me what that is? It's not a cocaine storer. It's not, I promise. But you know, you see people with them. They do that stuff, but it's not. I see this, so I got this for free as well. I get a lot of stuff for free, but I got this today, and I was standing there. You know, like you just see a shelf and it's full of tat, and it's like junk everywhere. And I see this cup, and it was just rammed with loads of items. Like most people have a cup like that of some sort. Here you go. Here's one. Right? It was just full of stuff.
Full of everything,
and it was just poking out the top, and I picked it up, and I'm like, flipping hell's that? Looked at it, I'm like, no way. And I sort of like, watch, see if you can.
Oh, what is it? A kaleidoscope?
You know that.
Yeah, it's a kaleidoscope.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? Can you see it? Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah.
It's like that song Kanye West and Jay-Z done, you know, in Paris. If you look for that, but yeah, I don't know if it's vintage, but it was at my mum's house. It wasn't in the charity shop, so I was at my mum's. I was having dinner. I'm looking. I was like, she's got this shelf that's just full of like, I pulled it out. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I started looking at it. And
hi, Wolf Picker.
I was quite impressed, and she was like, "Oh my god, I've had that ages. No one's even picked it up. The kids weren't interested. You can have that, Max." I'm like, "Cheers, mum. I really like it. That's cool."
Right, okay, well, we'll just quickly go through what our challenge items were again, so people will know if somebody on here hasn't seen it yet. And then everyone can obviously vote at the end. I haven't got a mystery item today. I couldn't find one, actually, which was a real shame.
You didn't tell me nothing about mystery item. I've got a mystery item for you if you want.
Have you?
If you want it. This is
right.
something.
Max does the mystery item then.
Got this from a boot sale last year. My dad actually picked up. If anyone can tell me what that is, I'll be very
impressed. What is that?
It's wooden. You know, I like my wood.
Is it like a writing thing or for a desk or something? Or?
Would definitely be on a desk of some sort. Let me have a look. Has anyone got it in the chat before I continue? Because I've got a couple of bits of information on it, but...
Is it a cigarette holder, they said?
Who said that?
Sean.
Right, so here we go. I believe, so it's definitely, it's the one on eBay I found, it says rare vintage German wooden novelty cigarette box dispenser. However,
right, okay.
Scroll down and there's one that says vintage mid-20th century Treen novelty cigarette holder. And then there's another, you know, there's loads of different things. Yeah. But what you do, right?
Yeah.
Is you go. Yeah. I like a smoke of the pancake, yeah. And then if you want another one, you just go. Hey. And they just keep on coming. They're just like, hey.
I love that.
Cigarettes were a lot smaller back in the day. So my dad, bless him, he chopped up 3 of his fags into 3 little riches, right? Yeah. They are nub sizes, like they are like. So yeah, you'd have to sacrifice your fags and chop them up, but you just take the top off, and this has got the lid. So a lot of them lose the lid, but this one's got the lid. It's all original. I don't know how
Wow.
old it is. I don't know if it is actually German. One of them says that it's German on eBay. The other one doesn't. But there's loads of different designs. This one's pretty cool. It's got the stripes down the front. We got that last year, towards the end of last year.
Sean has said you can age them by how big the SIGs are. The older ones are smaller, so that's obviously an older one.
Oh yeah, these are like, he had to take about, I don't know, but he took at least an inch off his cigarettes to get that in there. But that was, going to be my original wooden item, because I weren't planning, I didn't have the money to go out and just buy stuff and all that malarkey. But this is what came up, and because that was so cheap, I ended up wanting this to be my wooden item. But that could be the mystery one.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's really good, actually. Really good mystery item. That I really like that. Is it a woodpecker? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say a woodpecker. I don't know. Let's have a look. What's it got? It's like a duck or something.
It's a duck. Sean said, "Could you show him the bottom of it?"
Of course, Sean. Nothing on it though. I wanted to look at first just to see.
There's nothing on it. But then sometimes there has to be anything on it. It's usually how it looks, isn't it? On the it looks
usually
art. It looks art.
The one
art
online,
deco.
one online had writing in the inside of the lid. Oh, it's just dusty. There's no writing in there unless that's been covered. It's got like a little ramp. Yeah, the one online had some text on the lid. It goes, one more look.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's very, very cool. That is.
Metal legs. So I wouldn't actually mind posting that. It's just so swift. They don't make things like that no more. They don't
make anything like that anymore, do they? It looks really lovely. I love that. Really nice.
Nice, thank you.
Right. Okay. So all we have to do quickly is just show everybody what we picked up tonight, very quickly. Sean,
right, let's do it really quick because I've taken up loads of time. So my musical item was ba-dum-ba-ba-ba.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mine was a xylophone. So next
was the horse item. Amanda's favourite.
My horse items.
Don't look at my wood. Look at my eyes, not around the eyes. And then Amanda comes out with the horses. These almost look like they belong to those horses. So that was the wood. No, the horse theme. Sorry,
horse themed,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Sean, before you say anything, police people used to ride horses, mate. All right, so shut up. It's like it's a police pattern or a table leg that a policeman used to own. There we go. What was next?
Right, wooden item.
My pleasure seat, Victorian pleasure seat. It's a Victorian. What did we say? It's quoits set, or a Wellington boot holder, or a guitar stand.
Guitar stand. Yep.
There we go.
Yep. So my wooden item was the obviously the pencils in cedar, 1950s ones. So
nice. And then we got the jugs.
Jug. The jug. I've got a jug.
You got the jug. I've got some stein. This is how Sean came up. Sean will recognise these.
Oh,
5 of these bloody things. Remember, you helped write a description for Sean? They still ain't sold. I took them off.
Oh, Sean's actually said it's a wool spinner. It's not a wool spinner, is it? It's for quoits.
No, someone else said that. Do you know what? It could be. I don't know. I'm only going by what the lady said in the charity shop. But also, they was both, umming and ahhing on what it was. They couldn't decide and agree. So they agreed to disagree. But then also, my first assumption was the Wellington boot holder, and they laughed at me. And when I Google Lensed it come up as a Wellington boot holder. I'm like, and you're laughing at me. The top 3 ones are Wellington boot holders, and you're laughing at me. It's like, nah. But yeah, 5 of these, free out of skip. Again, if anyone wants them, wants to sell them, make some money, pay a couple of quid postage. I'm sure I'll be able to send them to you for a few quid. Those and the other ones, I don't want them.
Amanda's is 1930s or 1950s. Is that the wooden item, Sean, or is that the pencils you're talking about? I don't know. This is my toy. Hulk Hogan.
It's good.
1980s.
Oh yeah, toys.
Oh, the
And then I've got
joke.
these.
Okay, the joke. This one. I mean, yeah. Okay.
It's-
Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
Easy to date.
1930s, 1950s. Oh, you bet you wish you bloody picked the teapot up now, didn't you, Amanda? She left the teapot. She had a matching teapot in the freaking charity shop. I've just broke the dog's leg because of that. Sorry, mate. She left a matching teapot, right? She's that person. That teapot is sat all alone. You want to go back there first thing in the morning and you pick it up and you say sorry to that teapot. Right?
Well, I would, but it's in Seaford, which is in East Sussex, which is about 45 minutes from here now. So.
You've ruined it. Right. So we've got some canines. These were made in Hong Kong. They are Carolina Enterprise Incorporation or whatever it's called. 9 of these beautiful. Look at that mystical blue eyes, almost like mine. Probably nicer. Yeah. It is nice. So some have got tails, some haven't. The one that I found, as I say, on eBay isn't any one of these, but it comes from the same brand. It's the same manufacturer, Carolina Enterprise, 1978. Round it up to the 80s, closer to the 80s. And one of them, or the one that I found that
no,
looks
it's
similar,
not shown.
£75. £75, but I don't believe that you'd get that. You might do, like I say, and these are another item that if they do, someone wants them, someone's starting up or someone low on stock or wants to give it a go, then you can have these 9 dogs. Just pay for the postage. Picked them up today. What did I say I paid for them? £2, £2. Bargain. But they are the 80s and there's 9 of these, so they will definitely beat Hulk Hogan. Come on. Chew him to bits. Eat his balls for breakfast. Spit out the sausage. They don't even need that. They've got too much testosterone in that body.
Right, guys, in the chat, come on, vote for who you think was the best challenge tonight. Who you thought was the best one.
If it's a draw, it means I've got to come back next week. It's the only time I go on YouTube now if I jump on other people's channels. To be fair, though, you get the best of both worlds, though, because people go on it to chat and that, don't they? And it's like you have to get to speak to someone when you're with someone.
Right, for pure wooden comedy truncheon purposes and the SpongeBob guitar, Max has it for us this week. But as always, both your items are brilliant.
I'm gonna jump in the nearest bin when I see it, just for you. Ain't gonna be my bins because my bin stinks.
I'm voting for Amanda, but to be honest, I voted before Max showed anything. Max.
Oh, mate.
Say that Max's wood chair leg truncheon. Chris.
I'm glad.
Oh, if I'd have pulled the Michael Jackson doll, you would have won hands down. Well,
yeah.
I didn't want to show the Michael Jackson doll.
Why?
Because it was fair. I didn't think that was fair for me to pull out something like that. That's not fair. That's why I decided to do that.
That's fair. You done me a favour.
So.
I think I'm happy that this has brought so much good humour to the chat, only because my uncle passed away last year, so like later on last year. Another one of these people that died unexpectedly. Do you know what I mean? And I've got my own opinions and I've got my own judgment thingies, but let that be. And this is something that he actually gave me when I was little, when he lived with us for like about 10, 15 years.
Right.
And he told me it was a freaking police truncheon, and I reckon he made it out of a table. So if you're up there, Glenn, right, made me look like a right tit on this live. I don't know how many people are going to see it, but fair play, because you might have just won me the competition. I don't know. We'll see.
Right. Okay. Right. I'm going to have to go. My battery's just about to die on me in a minute, so I don't want to lose you all, guys. So
my fault. It's my fault.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah. So thank you so much, Max, for coming on. Really appreciate it. And next week we don't have an actual challenge next week. We've got Jay coming on who does toy collecting. Obviously, he's got loads in his garage, absolutely loads of stuff. So he's going to be showing what he has, all different eras. So
Just saying, Jay, if you want any new toys, add to your collection. Big Hero 6, brand new in the box. Just saying.
That's all right, Rich. I agree anyway. So Max won it hands down, which is absolutely fine.
Is that why you want to go, Amanda? Because you're a sort of loser.
No, I'm not sort of loser. I'm not sort of just don't want to cut everybody off.
I'm joking.
Cut everybody off.
They only let me win because they feel sorry for me. But no, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure always to be on. So
thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, right. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go before I've only got 4% of my battery now, which is ridiculous because I just
Send
need
me
a new
some
laptop.
pictures of those Michael Jackson dolls, though, because I do want to have a look at them. If you can, yeah, definitely have a look. I'm interested.
Yeah, no, I will. I'll try and get my charge in a minute, Max, and I will show you them quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, guys. Okay. See you next week. Take care. And remember, I'm on live tomorrow, 2 to 3, and I'll show you some more of my vintage doll haul. So yeah. See you then.
nice. Awesome.
All
See you
right,
soon.
bye. Right.